Hey guys, my name's Ben. I run a small car dealership in Lincoln, and I thought I might as well start a vlog on the sort of day-to-day life of a car salesman. So here we go, let's jump straight into it. So one thing I learned very early in this trade is if you sell a car, always ask why they're buying that car, because you never know, there might be a juicy little Part X that you can get your hands on. So recently I sold a Citroen Sara Picasso. I asked the gentleman why he was buying this car. It was sort of a much cheaper car than what I usually deal with, but it was straight, mechanically sound, and that, so I thought I'd sell it anyway. Now this chap said that he had an Astra estate which he deemed not worth fixing. So probed a bit harder, and it turns out he'd given it to his local mechanic, or he was going to give it to a local mechanic because it needed a camber and water pump kit, and the quote had been too expensive. So I said to the gent, I've got 150 for you if you want 150 quid, to which the gentleman said, yeah, absolutely, saves, everyone wins. I get a car for 150 quid, which I know will scrap at about 200 quid, and he got some money he wasn't going to get before. Picked it up, and this little beauty is an automatic. So if you're in the trade, you'll know that if a car's automatic, it's worth considerably more, and a cheap automatic car is like rocking horse shit. So picked it up the other day, and let's get to work cleaning it. So far the only damage we found was it needed a couple of wing mirrors, which I've sourced second hand. They just need painting to match the car. It is an absolute shed. 130k on the clock, but it's got to be worth 1800 quid surely. I don't know what this guy was doing in here, but who am I to judge? Quite a nice spec too, it's got half leather interior as well. Let's get dirty.
3 hours later.
So after about 3 hours, it looks like a new car. I'll give you a proper look around it in the morning when it's live. Yeah, you can't see anything, can you? It looks different, trust me. I'm not going to wash the outside of the car in this weather. It's absolutely freezing, so I'll stick it through the car wash in the morning. Give the headlights a quick buff, and as you can see, they're dead cloudy and faded from, I guess, years and years of driving. 130k on the clock, it's covered some ground. But yeah, I'll check back with you in the morning. And we're back. You can see now it's daytime, the quality of the valet a bit better now. Good spec on it, auto lights. Very 6 anyway. Smart. I'm just going to spend 5 minutes on this headlights, give them a quick sand and polish. I just think headlights make a big difference to the appearance of the car. So we'll give these a quick polish. I'll take it around the corner to stick it for the wash. That's how they look after a wet sand. 1500 grit paper. Now I'm just going to give them a quick polish, and this should look good as new. So you could go further with this. I'm not going to bother with the age and sort of mileage of the vehicle, but you can clearly see there the difference is made from the old one to the new one. What's the new one? The polished one. Night and day, innit? Give me 5 hours to do the other one. And that's 2 headlights done. I'm going to take a quick look at the MOT failures. I had it MOT'd yesterday, and you can see here I failed on parking brake efficiency, parking brake inoperative on one side, so more than likely a caliper. One of them is this offside rear tyre bulge. And in fact, the headlamps were actually advised, so that would need a polishing either way. That's now done. Offside rear tyre bulge. So you can see the MOT, it has in fact marked where the bulge is. It's not horrendous, to be honest. I think that's probably an advisory, but there we are. I'm going to head to the scrapyard now to have a part 1 fitted. Just with this value of vehicle, makes sense to put a part 1 on. As long as it passes an MOT, then that's the main thing. Let's go. I'll leave these guys to change the tyre. We'll have a little wander around. For anyone that's into cars, a scrapyard, a car graveyard, is just weirdly kind of magical. Take a look at this. Can't help thinking something like this must be a gold mine. These cars are bought into like 150, 200 quid. You think the tyres are only what, 30 quid each, as long as they're alright. The engine's still alright, you've got a few hundred quid there. Body panel, seats, steering wheels, alternators, batteries. Mad. And she's on. Let's go stick this bad boy through the wash and get some photos. I suddenly remembered that the glove box is broken on mine, so I'm going to quickly whip this one out in the scrapyard to swap over when we get back. So you've just got 4 torque screws in each corner. Let's have it. New glove box acquired. Let's go get this thing clean, get back to the unit. We'll put the new glove box in and touch in any sort of any damage I can find on the car, and also give it a buff. I've seen a few flat spots on it as well, so get this car looking as good as it can, then we'll take it to be photographed. So we're back from a clean up. Looks alright, to be fair. I am going to go around it. There's a few bits we've got a bit damaged here, which again, with this sort of price range, there's only so far you can go with it, but you have got some sort of damage here, and you can see on the camera it's a bit flat. Do the polish. There's a scuff down here, which realistically I'm just going to touch that in, to be honest. But I'm going to pass this over to my colleague Jack to finish off and take the photograph, and I'm going to do a bit of painting. Now, I don't claim to be a professional painter, I'm never going to be a professional painter, but if I can add a bit of value to a car and make it look a bit smarter than it does, as long as it looks better than it did before, in my eyes everyone wins. The customer's got a more presentable car, and I've hopefully made a bit more money. You can see I've started this one already. I had a few scratches and scrapes. I've just sanded them back on this front bumper, and I believe there was some damage on the rear of this as well. Yeah. We'll dig it out of this compound, put it into the unit and see what we can do. And here we are back in the unit. Dug this out, ready for paint. Got my workman trousers on. You'd think my missus would love these, actually she just laughs at me. Not really the workman kind of guy, but that's that. So, first things first, like I said, I've prepped the damage to a degree that I'm happy with. What I'm going to do is mask this up, get a bit of primer on, flat the bumper off, ready for paint. I ain't going to do a time lapse of this because it's really not going to be particularly fascinating. It's just me sticking masking paper and tape to a car. So let's fast forward to the car masked up and ready for primer. There we have it, boys and girls. So you can see I bagged the car, masked up all the grills, lights, badges, just left the bumper that I'm going to be painting, covered the wheels. You see on the back, same thing. So its plan of action is to bang a bit, well, probably flat off the rest of the paint so all the shine's gone, it's nice and dull. Then we'll bang a bit of primer on the areas that we're going to be repairing, or that we have repaired / just sanded back. Then we'll get some paint on it. I'm not going to go into too much depth today about what I do with painting. Like I said, I'm not a professional painter. I've just watched a bunch of YouTube videos and sort of muddled my way through it, and I got to the point now where, in my opinion, they look better than they did when they came in, which is the main goal for me when I'm doing this kind of thing. However, if people are interested in seeing what I do, drop a comment below and I'll potentially do another video with a bit more in depth and sort of some time lapses of me prepping and painting the vehicles. Quick update now, you'll see that the bumpers are flat. I've banged the first coat of primer on the areas that I've sanded back. I'm going to bang another coat of primer on these areas, give them a bit of flat and we'll mix some paint on. Okay, so that's 2 coats of primer, just waiting for it to finish drying, and then I will give it a quick flat just so it blends okay. Next thing to do is mix the paint. And the mad thing is, all these paints make this one colour, and it's like to the 0.1 gram. Let's get mixing. Welcome to my paint booth. You're probably thinking this looks a lot like the scabby old unit I was in before. You'd be correct. This is water-based paint, so I'm not even going to need a mask for this. I'm going to dry it using this hairdryer and we'll see how it looks. There we have it, bumpers are painted. Let's have a quick look around. I'm going to try and dig out some photos from the auction of the damage, because they tend to photograph all the damage on their vehicles, because obviously when I started this vlog I'd already half prepped this car, so you can't sort of appreciate what the difference is. But anyway, if I can find some, they'll be in this video later on. Next step to do is bang a bit of lacquer on it. So the lacquer I use consists of three things. You've got a clear coat, a hardener and a thinner, which I've got up here in smaller bottles. Part of the reason I'm doing this vlog is I want to get shamed for how atrociously messy my unit is. This is a non-custom area, so this is just for me, and I've kind of let it slip, so feel free to shame my workshop and get my ass into gear to tidy this place up. Let's mix some lacquer. Black is in the gun, ready to go, baby. So they'll mask up in a second. To show you these little lamps I've got. I don't have the privilege of a nice baking booth, or whatever you want to call them. I'm going to whack a coat of lacquer on this front bumper and blast it with these heat lamps for 20 minutes, half hour or so, and then I'll swap onto the back bumper. Morning guys, I'm back today. Finished painting pretty late last night, so I got straight off. I'm going to head back across the unit now. We'll open it up, get all the masking paper off, and we'll see how it looks. She's a beauty. That's the front removed. Give me 5 seconds and we're going to strip off the back, take the wheel covers off, take the bag off, get outside and have a look at the car, see how it looks. That's a wrap, first vlog done. I've actually really enjoyed doing this. I'm going to do plenty more. If you want to leave a comment, let me know what you want to see. If there's anything you've got any questions on, if you've got any advice for me, I'm all ears. But yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.